Sonia Uche is on it again with a new method of breaking a fellow actor's heart. Bryan Okwara, whom she admired and loved, now chooses another path in chasing other actors. Or is this acting? Because our viewers can't see any form of acting anymore, but she took the decision to do so. For a very long time, many fans believed that whenever Sonia Uche and Bryan Okwara were mentioned together, there was always a certain level of admiration and excitement attached to their names. Their on-screen partnership created memorable moments that viewers could not stop talking about, and every new project featuring both stars immediately attracted attention. Because of this, audiences gradually became used to seeing them connected in one way or another. However, recent observations from fans have created a completely different conversation. A growing number of people now believe that Sonia has slowly distanced herself from the connection that many viewers once celebrated, and according to some fan theories, Bryan may be the one feeling the impact of that change the most. The interesting part is that nobody is talking about a public argument, a disagreement, or any confirmed misunderstanding. Instead, the discussion revolves around something much simpler but surprisingly powerful: attention. Many fans believe that attention plays a huge role in maintaining any connection, whether professional or personal. When people are used to seeing two individuals support each other publicly, acknowledge each other's achievements, or frequently appear together, any reduction in those interactions immediately becomes noticeable. This is exactly what some followers claim has happened between Sonia and Bryan. According to their observations, Sonia seems more focused than ever on her individual journey, while Bryan appears less connected to the public image that fans once associated with both of them. As these observations spread online, people began creating their own explanations. Some viewers started saying that Sonia had finally broken Bryan's heart, not through harsh words or dramatic actions, but by simply directing her attention elsewhere. To many fans, this kind of situation can feel more significant than an obvious conflict because it happens gradually. There is no major event that marks the change. Instead, people begin noticing little differences over time. A familiar interaction becomes less frequent. Public support appears less visible. Conversations that once seemed natural become rare. Before long, fans begin asking questions and creating narratives to explain what they believe they are seeing. What makes this story even more interesting is that Sonia's career has continued to grow rapidly. She has remained active in the entertainment industry, taken on new roles, worked with different actors, and expanded her reach among audiences. From a professional standpoint, this is exactly what many actors hope to achieve, yet some fans interpret this success differently. They believe that as Sonia's profile continues to rise, she has become increasingly focused on building her own brand rather than maintaining the public connection that people once associated with Bryan. As a result, viewers who were emotionally invested in their partnership feel as though something important has changed. For Bryan's supporters, this perception creates sympathy. They remember the chemistry that audiences loved and wonder whether he feels disappointed by the shift in attention. Of course, there is no evidence that Bryan actually feels this way, but fan discussions are often driven by emotions rather than confirmed facts. Many people simply enjoy imagining the human side of celebrity stories. They picture how someone might feel when a person they are frequently linked with begins moving in a different direction. Whether those assumptions are accurate is another matter entirely, but they continue to fuel conversations across social media platforms. Another reason this topic has gained attention is because fans often become attached to the stories they create around celebrities. Once people decide that two actors share a special connection, they begin looking for evidence that supports that belief. Every smile becomes meaningful. Every compliment becomes important. Every appearance together becomes proof of something bigger. When those moments become less visible, disappointment naturally follows. Some fans feel as though they have lost a connection they enjoyed watching. Instead of accepting that careers evolve and circumstances change, they search for explanations. In this case, the explanation many have chosen is the idea that Sonia's reduced attention has somehow left Bryan heartbroken. There are also those who believe the entire narrative says more about fans than it does about the actors themselves. According to this perspective, Sonia and Bryan are simply professionals pursuing their individual goals. They may still have mutual respect and appreciation for one another, but their lives do not revolve around maintaining public expectations. People in the entertainment industry often move from one project to another, collaborate with different colleagues, and focus on opportunities that help them grow. What fans interpret as distance may simply be a normal part of career development. Nevertheless, even those who hold this view admit that the public fascination is understandable. After all, audiences invested years of attention into watching the pair together, making it difficult to ignore any perceived changes. Some observers also point out that Sonia appears more independent than ever before. Rather than being defined by any particular partnership, she has established herself as a strong individual presence within Nollywood. Her success no longer depends on being associated with a specific co-star. While this achievement deserves recognition, it has also contributed to the perception that Bryan receives less attention than before. Fans who enjoyed seeing them linked together sometimes interpret Sonia's independence as emotional distance, even though the two concepts are not necessarily related. What one group sees as personal growth, another group sees as separation. This difference in interpretation is what keeps the conversation alive. Bryan's popularity has not disappeared either. He continues to enjoy support from audiences who appreciate his talent and professionalism. Many viewers believe his performances remain among the reasons fans became invested in the partnership in the first place. Because of this, some supporters feel protective whenever discussions suggest he has been overlooked. They argue that he deserves recognition regardless of who he works with, and that his value should never be measured by the amount of attention he receives from another actor. Even so, they acknowledge that the public image surrounding Sonia and Bryan has changed, and that change is enough to keep speculation alive. The reality is that celebrity culture often transforms ordinary situations into dramatic narratives. A person focusing on their career becomes a story about moving on. Less public interaction becomes evidence of emotional distance. Professional growth becomes a sign of changing priorities. Fans connect the dots in ways that create compelling stories, even when those stories are based more on perception than reality. The idea that Sonia has broken Bryan's heart,